Triple C.
Helen Yee here in Arizona. Always great to be joined by the one and only Triple C, the king of cringe, Henry Cejudo. Great to see you. How was Brazil?
It's humble Henry now, or maybe you could call me Double C.
I saw you had a great time in Brazil, and America took her first class flight ever.
Yeah, it was fun. Not just that, but she flew private too. My little girl's so lucky. It was cool, man. Like after the fight, went to Brazil for about a good 3 weeks, a little more than 3 weeks, and then we went to Mexico. For all you Mexicans that call me a fake Mexican, we went out there for 5 days, and saw the artists of the people who started Coco. Have you guys seen the movie Coco? Anyways, if you haven't, man, it's one of the best movies of all time. I had to meet the guy who plays the father. It's Jacobo Jacob, and then the grandmother who was with the sandal that would hit her kids and everybody. Anyways, it was super super cool.
What foods did you eat down there?
Everything from crickets, believe it or not. Yeah, in that part of Mexico, they fry crickets, and you can have like a cricket taco. So I was able to have that, but I only had one, and I was just like, oh man, it's like I'm not native like that, But I did have a taco full of crickets.
Well, speaking of your words, America, I saw you post that yesterday. She was looking at toilet plungers. She likes that?
Yeah. No, I take her to the store, and dude, when you guys have a 1-year-old and you guys have them walk around the whole damn store, dude, it's a journey, dude. It's like they'll go from throwing chips to throwing to cereal to trying to grab the wine bottle. So you really gotta watch out. But in that case, she loves the plunger.
Well, I know all the fans, they can't wait to watch for your return, hopefully soon, back in the octagon. And you told the Schmo you want to fight Marab, and you're willing to wait ideally. But how would you describe the hunger that you have now for that next fight, and especially against Marab, compared to your fight against Aljo?
I thought there was fire coming back, but I think now there's like, and one of the reasons why I even became successful is it wasn't even so much the will of winning. I mean that plays a big role. It was more of not feeling the pain of losing. You know what I'm saying? I feel that. You know what I'm saying? But it's also a motivator. You know what I'm saying? With a little bit of frustration, with a little bit of, I'm still pissed off. So I'm trying to really still shake that off, if I'm to be honest, because I know the potential. I know where I could get, but I also see the opportunities on how much better that I could actually become. So it's not so much the loss. Because if I have a close fight like that, I deserve to lose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I believe, like, when you do win, it should be decisive, and there should be no questions asked. So I'm taking that mentality. I'm gonna clean up those errors, and I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna make the greatest comeback in MMA history. You guys watch.
Not only are you a great fighter, but obviously a great analyst. This weekend, UFC 289, in that co-main event, Charles Oliveira versus Beneil Dariush. Who do you favor in that fight?
Man, I really don't want to pick because I know them both. But, man, Dariush's train has been running, man. Like that's a fight where it's a bit confusing because I want to say that the better fighter, it is Charles Oliveira, but the guy who mixes it better, it is Dariush. So it's but Dariush he is a jack of all trades. Like he's a B or a C in everything. And then Oliveira has strengths in striking and in jiu-jitsu, where he could hurt you. So, but I will say this, man, his wrestling is a little suspect. And I think Dariush may just go the wrestling route, control him up top, how he did against Gamrot. So that's up in the air. I don't want to say, but that's an analysis that I think Dariush more like he's gonna probably want to take the fight. It's probably gonna take the fight there.
Last time that we spoke, it was about Robert Whittaker. He's actually about to fight Dricus Du Plessis. What do you think that Dricus needs to do to pull off a victory over Robert?
Oh, there's nothing. And I like Du Plessis. I met him at the UFC cafeteria, but level competition, I think Robert Whittaker gets it done. And I made the invitation to Robert. If Robert wants to learn, or even just let me help him game plan, or even bring people to Australia, because he's gonna win. I'd be more than happy to help out Robert. Despite my fight, I know the mistakes that I made, but I'm still good at this game, and I think if Robert is able to master the distance a little bit more, not in shorten his stance, not be so wide, I think he'll have a better chance with Izzy, and not get into these flurries and exchanges with him. He was fighting perfect that first fight. The first time that he fought was a little more aggressive. I can tell he was throwing Izzy off balance, but as soon as he started to exchange with them, is when he got in trouble. I mean, if he got caught there once, and you know what I'm saying, like learn from that, and Izzy does a really good job of like throwing those hooks. They're not check hooks. He like leans back and then he throws, but he's also there's also takedowns, and there's also kicking to the legs for against Israel too, and I think those are some of the areas that he could capitalize, like even jumping up top, like wrist grabbing. I did a little fight feedback on Robert, and I hope he watched it. But if he's able to make those transitions, I think he could beat Stylebender. I really do. But if it's the same guy that's going to be cautious, like in the second fight, it's going to be the same damn fight, because Israel's the same fighter. Like, he's not evolving. He's just doing the same game, fake, feint, lower body. He'll kick you. He'll invest. He'll continue to keep taking your foundation out. And then the hands start coming in, and he'll get a little more aggressive, but he'll break you down first. So, Robert, those are your options, man. Master the distance, shorten your stance, wrist grab. If you're gonna lose in a position, find another position, make them carry your weight. The wrestling's there. Put your focus in on that, and I think you'll be all right. You don't have to knock out Stylebender, which you won't, because Stylebender could take a hit. You outcompete him. That's how you beat him. You win round by round. And I do believe I think Robert Whittaker could become a 2-division champ. Like, that's how much faith I have in that dude. But he has to get rid of that kryptonite, and that's Israel Adesanya.
Well, speaking of kryptonites and Izzy, he just fought and beat Alex Pereira. So now Alex is going up to 205, facing Jan Blachowicz. Do you think he gets the job done?
No, if Jan uses his wrestling. But I could also see it too. Because I can also see Jan, trying to strike with this dude. This dude could crack. Israel can't crack like this dude. Like, this dude's got serious left hooks. He's not so many. We don't have to worry about the straight punches, but he'll set it up really good where he'll really pinpoint that left hook as he crosses distance very methodically, and then you're gonna try to exchange to hit him, but your pitter patter's not gonna be enough for that left hook. So same thing for him. I think he fights him the same way he fought Israel. I think you just wrestle him. But I can also see I think the way Pereira wins is either that left or calf kicking him and finding that left hook. Those are gonna be the keys for him. So I hope Jan is ready for something like that.
And lastly, for all your fans who can't wait to see more from you and also subscribe to your YouTube channel, what would you like to let them know?
I want to let you guys know that I am the one and only king, and that the king will be back, and you're either with me or against me. As a matter of fact, you guys can all do me a favor and bend the knee to King Triple C. We're out. See ya.